So when you think of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is this what comes to mind? A soldier suffering after witnessing the loss of his comrades, maybe overseas. Well, that is often the case, and it is vital that we support our military members in any way that we can. However, PTSD affects many more people. As a matter of fact, women are included. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, take a look at this. 10 out of every 100 women in the United States will develop post-traumatic stress disorder. Compare that to 4 out of every 100 men. Now, David Baker is part of a group that is putting on an event that's aimed at supporting people overall impacted by PTSD. He is the service officer for Caroline Post 29 of the American Legion. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you for your service. You said 20 years in
it was my honor to serve.
in Army.
Yes,
Thank you very much for that. So let's talk a little bit about PTSD. It's not just necessarily members of the military.
No, it's very true. So PTSD or a related syndrome called critical incident stress affects not only people in the military, but members of the first responder community like police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical personnel. It can even affect victims and witnesses of violent crime or mass casualty events like a plane crash or things like that, even natural disasters. So it truly can affect a broad range of folks in the community.
We were talking before we got started here, and you said you feel a very special urge to do something with this, and all the work that you've done with this. Is there any one main way that you have found that we can help?
Right, so the most important way folks in the community can help is really be aware of the symptoms that are affiliated with that. These symptoms can be anything from a lack of interest in things that normally interested you. Flashbacks are one everybody thinks about, but bad dreams, folks can have just sort of a negative mood, recurring bad dreams, sometimes feelings of guilt or shame, survivor guilt kind of thing. Why did I survive and my partner didn't?
Right.
Things of that nature. So there's a variety of symptoms, and to be honest, recognizing symptoms is the key to trying to help people who are affected by these disorders to find help. So the community needs to support the programs and organizations that help try to raise awareness about that.
So there are programs, there are services that are available for assistance.
Yes, that's true. So there are a number of programs that are available. Most of the health departments, local health departments have staff that are trained in this area. And Caroline County has a mobile treatment unit that's in a pilot program going right now. For many years, an organization called the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation has been training teams of first responders to help their peers who might be suffering. And this includes, the firefighters or emergency medical personnel. They actually have some teams that are even here on the Eastern Shore. Salisbury has a team, Cambridge has a team, Caroline County has a team, and there are teams across the world in the United States. The YMCA, for example, even provides support for community health issues, and they look at a holistic approach, so they address both mental and physical health. American Legion provides support in the way of service officers to veterans and their families, and we can help direct veterans to the appropriate resources at Department of Veteran Affairs facilities or even other resources that are available. Maryland has a Veterans Affairs Department that has assistance programs, and there's like the Disabled American Veterans also provides support. And I'm sure there are many more. I'm not trying to leave anybody out, but there's a number of them, but they all address different things. So there are assistance programs available.
So if we have a family member or even a friend that we think, maybe we're seeing something here, is it okay just to outright ask?
Yeah, I think so. The challenge you have is a lot of times those who are affected don't want to admit that they have some kind of an issue. They say, it's just, but if it recurs and continues, that's something that should be addressed, and maybe try to convince them to at least talk to someone, because there are counseling services available. And sometimes one of the things the ICISF does is they have these peer teams. These are people experiencing the same kind of events. So they may not be affected themselves, but they could recognize, or they may have had a past experience, so they can recognize these and then help their peers understand that, hey, it affected me too, okay, so you can get some help, right?
Okay, so you get an event coming up. Tell me about that.
Right, so on October the 19th, a Saturday, we're putting together an event with the ICISF, the YMCA, the Caroline County Health Department at the American Legion Post 29 in Denton, Maryland. And this is really a community event. There's going to be free entertainment, music from a band called Breath of Fresh Air. We're going to provide free food and beverages. We're going to have representatives from these different organizations there to just answer questions from the community or provide information about the resources available in the local community.
It's always good to have for your family and friends.
Yep.
Thank you so much for your time and
You're
everything
welcome.
that you're doing for those that are suffering with something you can't see, you can't lay your
Right.
hands on, but you can certainly feel it.
Yep. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that very much. David Baker with the Carolina Post 29, American Legion.